People don't know this, but we actually stand behind this desk even when we're not rolling. It's just something we do.
Yeah, we live here. We eat our dinners. Sean's got a bucket down here that he, takes care of biology.
Have you been using my bucket?
Sorry. All right, anyway, I'm Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
Welcome to the show. This is Lab Rats. And
yes.
Today on the show, besides the poo-poo jokes...
Yes, we're going to talk about something that'll help you with other types of poo-poo. The sorts of stuff that you want to throw in the bucket.
Poo-poo on your computer.
Yes.
We're talking about nasty software that does, evil, naughty things. And not necessarily just spyware or potentially unused, unwanted programs, but just the legalese that you're required to agree to before you install a piece of software on your system, and what they are saying that they can do when you click on that OK button.
We're talking about the EULA.
Where's EULA? Whoa.
Now, you just lost everybody.
That was an 80s reference,
yeah.
Where's Beulah? That was...
yeah, you lost everyone outside of Canada, and you lost most of Canada outside of Ottawa.
Sorry. EULA.
And user license agreement.
Thank you.
That's not your Aunt EULA, and not Beulah.
And not Beulah.
And we still haven't found Beulah, incidentally.
Right. There's a reference to that right here. Just so that you're getting up to speed. All right. So today we're going to look at all the legalese around installing software. When you click OK and you ignore that, what you're actually clicking OK to.
Yes.
And how to know if what you're clicking OK to is actually going to be a bad thing for you on your computer.
I need to know what I'm putting on there, so your tool here is going to be really helpful, I think.
Very good. OK, let's take a break, look at a message from our sponsor, and we'll be back after this with EULAs.
Has our sponsor been using my bucket, too?
I hope not.
If a doggy was the new Camtasia Studio 5, it would be the cutest. It would be obedient, and it wouldn't steal Aunt Betsy's purse. The new Camtasia Studio 5, screencasting software that's better than a doggy. Download it at www.techsmith.com.
Now, the thing about computers, right, is that there's lots of acronyms, and EULA is a classic one.
Yeah. Too many TLAs.
What's TLA?
Three-letter acronym.
Oh.
But this is actually an FLA, a four-letter acronym.
EULA.
End User License Agreement.
End User License Agreement. Sorry.
Everything we do on the show should have some sort of theme song.
Theme song, yeah. It's like David Letterman's sort of Will It? No, was it Will It Blend? No, that's no. Things you'd like to see dropped off a building,
3-story tower.
There you go.
I don't know.
The top 10. All right, EULAs. Let's talk about EULAs, because this is a thing that is probably the most boring thing about software, and yet it's probably one of the most critical things about software. Right?
Yes, you don't want to fall asleep during.
So when do you encounter a EULA, Sean? When is it that you would experience one?
Well, whenever you're about to install a piece of software that you've downloaded over the internet, we talked about freeware and shareware before. Typically, when you're installing one of these things, you'll be confronted with this screen that pops up that says, please read the following license agreement. Blah, 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 blah. And after the first few paragraphs, you usually tune out, even though it may be like 16,000 pages long. The unfortunate part is that further down there may be stuff in there that you're agreeing to by pressing OK, that you don't really want to agree on. Like, I'm going to install spyware on here. I'm going to
give up my privacy
information. Anything you type into here will send to this server farm in Bulgaria and then redistribute it.
Right.
Sorry, Bulgarians. Nothing personal.
We love Bulgaria.
Yeah.
The other things, of course, that you may encounter inside of EULA is just what you are allowed to do with their software too. So you're agreeing, single use. You're agreeing to use it in its full version. You're agreeing not to modify it in any particular way. So they're limiting your ability to use it, the way they want you to use it a certain way, and so you're agreeing to that. And it's basically it's a legal contract.
Yeah.
And in fact, there are laws around the world, and I know in the States and in Canada, there's these electronic bills, right, or laws that say that this is a legal process here. It is a legal contract. When you click that button, that's like signing something. And of course, there are comparative laws around the world in different countries as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, most people don't know what they're actually agreeing to, because hardly anybody reads the agreement, just because it's so daunting.
I know. I mean, God knows. Yeah, it's usually several paragraphs. So let's start with one of the classics, because I think that, and it's probably one of the most boring, and that would be something I guarantee you probably have on your system, and that would be the Microsoft Office EULA. Now, here's the catch about EULAs too. Sometimes, like, you'll see it when you install it, but to find it again once the program is installed is buried deep, deep, deep within the software. Very hard to get to. But I'm going to show you, first of all, let's start by opening up Microsoft Excel here. This is version 2007. I'm going to click on the Office button in the top left-hand corner here. And I'm going to go down to the Excel options. And then I'm going to go down to Resources. That's 2 clicks so far. And I click on About. And then I'm going to click on View the Microsoft Software License Terms.
Oui.
So, as you can see, it's a long dialog box. Now, the nice thing about Microsoft is that they click on that, you have a print button here. So you could actually print it out if you were a lawyer, if you wanted to do something, to put you to sleep, or, you get nothing to do on a Saturday afternoon.
I'm already asleep looking at this.
Scary, isn't it? And, but it's sometimes just worth a peek through this, just to have a look at what you may face.
Find out what you've already agreed to.
What you've already agreed to, exactly. And what your rights are in terms of usage and, warranties and all kinds of things like that. Now, we have a really good tool.
Yes.
And this was a tool that was recommended by, was it Ryan?
Ryan Ewell, our free file guy on the lab with Leo Laporte, he discovered this and showed it to me, and I was like, yes, this is a great tool.
Okay. So this is called EULAs.
EULAs.
And basically, it's just a tool that helps you kind of make sense of some of the more dangerous EULAs, or like wording in the EULAs themselves.
So not even necessarily dangerous. It will flag things of interest, what they call.
Right.
Yeah, so it could be stuff that says, I'm about to install spyware. It says, well, this is very interesting. Pay attention to this. But it'll say, you're doing, these are the privacy settings you're setting that may be low, but still pay attention to this.
Right. So let's start. Let's just go to this Excel license, and I'm going to go Control A to select it all, and Control C to copy it, and then I'm going to go into EULA.
EULAs.
And I'm going to click on Home. Now this is a free program. They have a pro version. And I'm going to say Scan New License Agreement. And basically I get a white box here, right? So I'm just going to
paste it in,
Control V, and then click on the Analyze button.
Yeah, you can actually capture it as well by opening at this and clicking that plus and then going over to the EULA, and it'll grab it for you.
Oh, that's fun. Let's try that. Shall we?
Well, let's do that with a later one.
Okay, we'll do it.
Let's go into it.
Okay, so I'm going to click on Analyze here. And it's going to basically go through it and flag anything that may be of interest. In this particular case, it's talking about
third party.
Third party.
So this one is reasonably clean. There's not a ton of stuff in here. The really nasty ones, you'll just have a whole pile of different things that show up in that first thing.
Right.
So you do have third party. So read through and look and see what you're actually agreeing to with these things.
Yeah. And as you can see, there's an interest level, right? So it goes from 0, like not very interesting, to 10, which is, you really should pay attention to this. This is something that's going to compromise your privacy, put adware potentially, or spyware onto your system.
Yeah, in some cases you can see the transfer to a third party is what it's flagging. So it's just saying you can't transfer this to a third party, not that it's going to install third party software on there. So it'll flag the terms that are of interest, but then you can look to see exactly what it's saying, whether it's something that you want to agree to or not.
Right. And that would mean if I have this software, I can't take this and transfer it to you. That's transfer to third party. Okay, so that's one of the cleaner EULAs out there. Not particularly great reading.
No,
it's actually pretty long. But that said, in the world of EULAs, it's actually a pretty good one. Microsoft is taking you very seriously there. Let's look at a less palatable EULA, shall we?
Let's just say you've downloaded something from the internet that.
Should we go to Smiley Central?
Smiley Central, yeah. So you found this thing that popped up as a bar on something, or like a little pop-up ad. And yeah, and this is your first warning right here. Listen to that. Anything that sounds like that when you start up the web page, be very careful what you're installing here. This is where you really need a EULAlizer.
Now, this is what some people would classify as spyware, because it actually collects information about you and sends it to a third party. But that said, actually, then the more polite or more legal term is potentially unwanted programs. And so some of the bigger malware companies will actually name it a PUP. In fact, it was a term invented by McAfee because they don't want to get sued. Because sometimes that spyware versus potentially unwanted program, that line is a bit dicey. So they use that term to say you might not want this. so it protects them. But anyway, in this particular case, I started to install Smiley Central, and what basically just allows you to put little animated smiley faces into things on your computer.
Because Lord knows there's not enough smileys in things online.
So, so this is probably just the first. I've double-clicked on the install button, and I've got this up. And this is basically the first thing I've got to do, which is to agree to this. Now,
do you want to?
Well, the first thing is there's 3 elements here that I want to point out on this screen. First of all, we'll take the EULA through the EULAs in a minute. Second of all, it says view the privacy policy. So that's a separate document. You might want to have a quick look at that.
Yeah.
And finally, and this is a bit of a tip-off, it says make my web search my default search engine, enable auto update.
Yeah, another warning flag right there.
Warning flag, right? They want to basically turn your default search engine on your web browser into their search engine because they get revenue out of this, right? All right, so let's open up EULAs here, and we're going to go to Analyze, and we are going to grab that plus sign. We're going to drag it over here.
Okay, and just click on that, and it automatically imports it.
See that? It sucks it from there and dumps it into the screen.
Very nice.
And then we can now click on Analyze.
Whoa,
now,
look at all that.
It's a lot of alerts here. So let's just click on
not just third party, advertising.
So there's an advertising element here. Perhaps they're going to attempt to install some sort of advertising engine. Pop-ups.
Okay, we'll click on one of those things, and then it'll show you. Okay.
Right.
Yes, it'll bring it up down below.
Down below it says, it will not watch how you use your computer. It will not deliver pop-up ads. Okay, so this is actually it's identifying the verbiage, and which is saying we won't do that. So that's actually a good thing there.
Now, ultimately, it's also worth noting that they say these things, but they may not actually strictly adhere to them. So you have to trust that they are going to do what they say.
As always, especially with programs that you may be concerned about, you want to be, you want a good two-way firewall, right? Because if the product tries to communicate out to the internet, and you want to know when it's going to be talking out there, you may want to use a spyware scanner, like Spybot Search and Destroy, or Windows Defender, things like that. That may identify and give you a better third-party rating of whether this product is questionable or not. So as you can see here, there's a few things to be concerned about. And you may want to go through that fairly carefully before you commit to clicking on that accept button.
Yes.
And if you're doing it after the fact, you may want to look at it and go, oh, better remove this. So that...
Yeah, let's take a look at the privacy policy there, too. Just see if it pops up other stuff there.
All right.
I think it may just actually take you to a certain section. Oh, my God, look at that.
Wow.
Fun web products, Smiley Center. Look at all that stuff. Okay, so be very careful with this.
Be fair, stuff like that.
And you could also capture this and throw that into the EULAs, I'm assuming, as well.
And the nice thing about EULAs too, especially the free version, is you can actually save the EULAs for future, like create a library of them if you wanted, just to keep them around, I guess. The pro version, I think, has deeper analyzation. So if we analysis, click on Go Pro here. See what it has automatic updates and things like that. So
it automatically detects most licenses at install.
Oh, that's nice. So it actually sits there and watches it for you. So it's one more level of security there.
Great.
Very good. Okay, well that is EULAs, End User License Agreement, and how to better manage them on your Windows computer. Now,
I approve.
Is there a product for the Mac at all?
I'm not aware of one. There probably is something that's out there that will do this.
Good. Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, do we have more pictures today?
Sure.
Yay.
We always have pictures.
We love pictures.
As long as you keep sending them.
Right. Okay. Good. All right. We'll be right back after this. And we're back.
You do that every so often. I'm trying to figure out if there's like an actual pattern to how often it takes between you doing that, or wearing the spam shirt for that.
I'm a predictable machine.
Yes, we actually have had, you know, we had someone write in and say, don't let him wear the shirt anymore. I have no control over his wardrobe. You're going to have to deal with it.
And I clean it every time. It's very nice.
It doesn't smell very clean.
That's right. Hey, we had a poo joke in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, well. We don't have two poo jokes in every episode.
No.
No. Okay. All right. It is time to stop this capture, save this capture.
You do that every episode now, too.
And see, I'm predictable. I'm a predictable machine.
You know what else we have every episode? Photographs.
Right. And so do we get any theme music from our viewers yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well,
send it in.
Do you want to send in a picture time? It's picture time. It's picture time. Right? We can put it right here.
Yeah, please do something better than that.
I like
It wouldn't
that.
be hard. It wouldn't be hard to be better than that. You want some pictures? You ready for the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Today we actually are going to be a little bit unpredictable. We ask for pictures of you. We often get pictures of your pets. That would be the predictable one. But now we don't have a picture of pets or you. We actually have a little graphic here that our fan Joel sent in. So there we go. His take on Vista. Viruses, inspected, spyware, Trojans, again.
Boo! Boo!
Yes. You know,
Can we block his IP address now
no.
on the Labrat site?
No, it's fine. I mean,
No, we love it. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's topical considering what we just talked about. Vista will catch a lot of the crap that you throw on there, but if you authorize it, you know, you can infect yourself anyways, even with Vista.
So those of you who are on my side, send me a new thing, Leopard, Leopard. Send that in, and we'll see what that stands for.
I'd be interested in that as well.
Yeah.
So we have an updated photograph from Joanne, who is a teacher at Madera High School in California. And last year we got a photograph of her last year's class.
Yes.
In which I believe you called somebody a doofus.
That's right. Well, somebody was going in it, right?
This one is a much more restrained picture. She probably told everyone, now pose nicely or Randy will call you a doofus.
Right. There's no doofuses in this picture, Joanne. All right.
So anyways, this is her class of 07, 08, I guess.
Right.
And again, they're learning about computers and they're using lab rats in the class. And I believe she told me that they had used their knowledge that they had learned in the class and through us to create a bunch of computers and put them into one of the labs in their school.
Wow.
So well done.
Well done. In Madera, California, Joanne's class.
Yeah, and
which school? Do we know which school?
Madera High School. Yes.
Madera High School.
Yeah. So you know what? If you want to build a bunch of other computers and donate them to Little Geeks,
littlegeeks.org. Check it out.
There you go.
All right. Awesome.
And there we go.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Thank you so much today for...
This black background is different, but you know what? Our pal Boo here has disappeared.
Where are the cats anyway?
They're hiding.
I haven't been around today. All right. Too bad. Okay. Are we done?
We're done.
We're done. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for expending your expensive and valuable bandwidth this week. We like to use 300 megabytes. Actually, you're trying to compress them to be smaller, aren't you?
Yeah, we've had complaints about the iPod version, and we've compressed it down a little bit. So hopefully you've noticed the difference. We're going to keep working on it.
All right, there you go. Okay, good. Well, thank you for downloading today. We love that you love our show. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And we will see you at the next episode. See you later.
Are you ready?
If you'd have searched the EULA, you would have learned that.
There you go. You should start the show with like a screenshot of the EULA. Like, I agree to watch this. Coming back from commercial. 5, 4, 3, 2.